What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey 672 coming to you guys with the video right now. So, looks like these receivers for the Philadelphia Eagles are going to get ready. They're got some confidence that this offense is going to be a lot better than it was last year. You had Travis Fulgham tweeting out that I'm not worried about our offense at all, and then Reagor retweeted it, said at all. With both of these guys, not just that, but I think Reagor wasn't helped by what this offense was capable of and what it wasn't capable of, from the play calling, from the playbook, from just how non-creative this offense was. As bad as our quarterback play, as bad as our play calling, it did not do well with these receivers. But with Travis Fulgham, it really did help a lot. After week 4 of the season, a guy just walked in here and was leading in receiving yards after week 4 of the season. And obviously when Deshaun Jackson and Alshon Jeffrey came back, took snaps away from not just both of these guys, but obviously a lot more players on our team like Quez Watkins and John Hightower and some of these other guys that we have. I just think the ceiling is high for this receiver group. I really do. I read the Twitter comments of it, and people are like, oh, they're horrible, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I don't know how you just blame the receivers when it comes to this offense last year. Yes, have we not been drafting good receivers lately? No, but I mean, Reagor, I think I've seen flashes from Reagor to the point where I know it's not just a flash where I see it once in a while. I definitely see it that he could be a great player for this organization, okay? For this Philadelphia Eagles team, Jalen Reagor could be something special, okay? Unfortunately, with our quarterback play, our game play, our play calling, everything like that just came into account. Everything came together, and it didn't work out. We didn't use these receivers to their strengths, and I think the good thing going into 2021 is that a lot of these receivers got their feet wet. It's not like, that's why drafting a receiver this year is kind of up and down, because, yeah, do I still think, it'd be nice to draft one of those top guys? Of course I want those guys. But when you look at it realistically, these receivers haven't reached their ceiling of what they can actually do in this offense. Okay. I mean, thank God we're rebuilding. We rebuilt our coaching staff, total rebuild. Thank God. I'm so happy that we have Nick Sirianni and Shane Steichen as our offensive coordinator, and Paul Agria, the passing game coordinator from the Colts. I mean, I'm glad we have some of these guys, and it's these guys are going to be used to their strengths, and it's just a brand new coaching mind. And Doug Pearson was going to hire Press Taylor as the OC, put Matt Burke at, defensive coordinator. I mean, that's how bad it was going to be this year. And we kind of just said, oh, Doug, there's no way Doug is going to, hire some new coaches. He wasn't even going to do that. So to see these receivers and say, hey, our offense is going to be great this year, or say our offense, we're not worried about our offense at all. I mean, it's a good sign that these guys are all in. We want these guys to be all in into this season. We don't want guys in this offseason, oh, we're done. Carson got traded. They're trading everybody, blah, 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 blah. It's not like that. Travis Fulgham has one more year left on his contract with the Eagles. Jalen Reagor, into his second year now. Aaron Moorhead, the wide receiver coach, I really do like him a lot. And I even said about Jalen Reagor that he was stinted by his injuries last year. Had the punt return touchdown. That was pretty much the only thing, and maybe a 2-point conversion at the first Cowboys game. Other than that, he really didn't do much after that. I mean, he was just on the field. He was really put in motion most of the times. I don't know what they were using these guys for. The route combinations were horrible. How they were designing plays against defenses were horrible. Our quarterback couldn't throw the ball. Our quarterback wasn't accurate. And Carson Wentz, Jalen Hurts had a couple good games, couple bad games, and obviously because of this playbook, and now after a couple games when Jalen Hurts played, now defenses had a blueprint for this offense that Doug had created with Jalen Hurts, and the Cowboys pretty much built it out, and that was pretty much it. So going into this year with these receivers, whether we drafted Jamar Chase or Devonta Smith or whatever, it doesn't matter at this point. I know that these receivers are going to be all in. When Jalen Hurts bring these guys to Houston next month, I'm going to feel good about it. I'm not going to be worried about it because I know these guys are going to be all in. Jalen Reagor, Travis Fulgham, two guys that I really have really high expectations for going into this year. I'm glad that they're very positive about, obviously they have to show it on the field, definitely, but, this is all I could ask for. And if you guys think that Reagor and Travis Fulgham have showed their full potential of what they could do, I'm telling you, you're wrong. You're wrong about both of these guys, not just them, but Quez getting snaps, John Hightower. I want to see what else John Hightower could do except going on go routes all year that he's pretty much been doing, and, these guys have speed. These guys could run. These guys could do some things. So if they're used to the right situation, Nick Sirianni could really exploit these talents to a whole nother level. And that's what I'm really happy about. And, I can't really agree more with it. I really can't. Whether they draft a receiver, whether they draft a receiver later, I mean, honestly, you never know, guys. Like, you find receivers in the 4th to the 6th round of the draft that are hungry and ready to prove something. I think we found players like that in Quez Watkins and John Hightower that have something to prove, okay? And with Travis Fulgham, that's been to a couple teams and then coming here and being what he was, I mean, he could be Greg Ward's a free agent, unfortunately, but with Travis Fulgham here, he's got size, he's got great heads. He catches those 50-50 balls. He's a trustworthy receiver. There's a lot of good things to get out of it. And with Reagor, I've seen so many things. Like, I think the Browns game I watched, there's a guy that I do watch on YouTube that goes over all game film on every single play. And Jalen Reagor was open like 7 times during that Browns game. Carson never threw him the ball. He threw him the ball a couple times, and they were overthrown or underthrown. There are times when Reagor would have been gone for these vertical touchdowns on these go routes, and Carson underthrew the ball or overthrew the ball. I think Reagor would have had a better year if obviously our quarterback played a little bit better, and if Doug just made this offense a little bit better with this play calling and with these offensive assistants, Rich Sangarello and these other guys and Marty, probably would have been a little bit better. That's why I can't say this receiving group is bad. I can't say they're horrible. I can't say they're not going to do nothing next year. I think that they have a lot to do next year. I think they could do a lot more than we think they can. Okay, I don't know why Eagles fans said we have no receivers. Why are we going to draft a receiver this year? We drafted receivers. I think you have to take the best player available. And if it's drafting Jamar Chase or Devonta Smith, you go get one of those guys, regardless. It doesn't matter if we get a defensive guy or an offensive guy. We're not contending next year, but I could be wrong, guys. We might win the division. I don't know. But as of right now and how this roster is, obviously right now, no. I don't see us winning the division. I don't see us winning, getting into the playoffs. I don't see any of that right now. But you just got to give it time. Let these guys, we need to get that camaraderie back together, which we had. Okay, because we lost that. We pretty much lost it. After 2018, we lost our camaraderie. Literally, at the end of the 2019 season, the last month, we had to beat the NFC East. Carson put the team on his shoulders with a bunch of off-the-street guys. Greg Ward being the hero. And, we couldn't do much, obviously, in the Seahawks game because of Carson Wentz's injury. And we looked horrible anyway. We went back to our old ways in that Seahawks game. But I don't think we had enough talent in that game. Take that talent and compare it to what we drafted and what we had this year. I think this year's roster at receiver was so much better and could have done so much more than what they did at the end of 2019, the last month of the season. Okay, so with Reagor and those two guys, Travis Fulgham and Jalen Reagor, can't wait to see what they bring next year. I can't. I'm not off the Reagor train. I'm not at all. I have a lot of faith in Jalen Reagor. And Travis Fulgham has so much more to prove. And he got benched. It wasn't his fault. It is what it is. Alshon Jeffrey's getting traded. Deshaun Jackson got released. I'm waiting for Marquise Goodwin to get released as well. So there's a lot more going to get off this team. And it's fine. It just because you don't need a veteran receiver, like, some positions stay young. But honestly, I don't think Travis Fulgham's a veteran anymore. I mean, as a rookie, as a young guy anymore that needs to still learn. I don't think, even with Reagor, I think obviously he's got to do a lot more, but, I just think there's so much more that comes out of these players in 2021. I just think there's so much more coming out of these players. And I'm just waiting for this to explode pretty much. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. So how do you feel about the confidence in these receivers this year? And you know what? I like it. I like these guys. I like Travis Fulgham, Jalen Reagor. I have high hopes for both of these guys and whoever they take from this draft, and Quez Watkins, and John Hightower, and the rest of these guys. I cannot wait for this receiver group. How confident they are, and obviously Jalen Hurts taking the receivers to Houston next month. I can't wait to see video on that if that does come out, and just see what happens. Very excited. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you guys think. I'll see you guys later. Shakes Code Follow. Peace out, guys. Peace.